You probably found this video because you were in a relationship with the narcissist that ended badly. Now that it's over, you're trying to focus your time on picking up the pieces and getting back to yourself. But just as everything seems to be falling back into place, you notice your ex is in a new relationship. You see their pictures on social media and they look like the perfect couple. They appear to be so happy. It even appears as though your ex is treating the new supply better than they ever treated you. How could this be? You gave everything you could to try and make your relationship successful and nothing seemed to work. But now they seem to have changed for the better. Why are they treating the new supply better than they treated you? Well, if this is you, in this video, we are going to be discussing whether the narcissist treats their new supply better than they treated you. Understanding narcissistic patterns can help you tremendously in dealing with this form of emotional abuse. They may all be different individuals, but they all follow the same patterns. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more videos like this. Also, check out the description box for my latest recommendations and trainings on getting over your narcissistic ex. And now, let's get straight to the video. Does my narcissistic ex treat their new supply better than they treated me? The short answer is no, they don't. Let's just say they treat them differently. Not better, just differently. And we say this because when they're in the idolization phase of the new relationship, they will meticulously and purposely morph into exactly the person the new supply wants them to be. If their new supply likes spending time in nature, and they've told the narcissist that they've never found a partner who shares their passion, the narcissist will be that partner. They may even go as far as to research some nature trails to visit to really impress the new supply. If the new supply likes going to concerts and they've never found anyone who shares that passion, the narcissist will be that person. They will go to concerts, ensuring that they buy the best tickets to the most exclusive venues. If the new supply likes flowers, the narcissist will buy them flowers. If they like the finer things in life, they will provide those things in the beginning of the relationship. They will even mirror the new supply to make it appear like they have a lot in common with them, just as they did you. It may start off with small stuff like, if they know the new supply likes a certain song, they will download that song too. In fact, they'll have it playing in the car when they hop in. They'll add the new supply's favorite radio stations, and they'll make sure they notice it when they're in the car or on the phone with them. They will even go as far as to target supplies who've struggled through a recent hardship or just got out of a bad relationship. They feed off of their vulnerability. They may position themselves as the knight in shining armor and want to be so much more than just a partner. They will become their best friend. They'll spend all their time with them at the beginning of the relationship just to get them hooked on their presence, just as they did you. In essence, it isn't that they treat the new supply better, it's that they will do everything in their power to ensure that the new supply doesn't feel like a replacement. This is probably exactly how you were treated when the relationship started. Hence, why it's so hard to understand how the person who started off as your knight in shining armor now has you searching for answers to the drama you experienced. So ultimately, they treat the new supply exactly the same way they treated you when the relationship first started. They love bombed them. They kept them on a pedestal, showered them with gifts and compliments, told them they were perfect and never criticized or corrected them. Why would they treat them any other way? They have the potential of becoming their next trophy. After all, narcissists aren't entirely crazy. They know they can't show their true self right away. They know that if they treat their new supply any differently, they would see right through them and recognize their ill will for what it was. Without this mask, they would realize that the narcissist is full of crap and just trying to take advantage of them. They don't treat the new supply better. They just tailor their treatment differently because they have to make sure that it fits the needs of the person they're pursuing. They didn't do the exact same things with you because it didn't need to be done. Your needs were different. Once you were already enamored and blinded by the love bomb, you couldn't see through them anyways. You probably didn't come to your senses that it was all an illusion until after the relationship abruptly ended. With the new supply, this seems like kindness and patience from their perspective, but truthfully, it's far from that. It's actually a way to groom them and prepare them for the day that they are devalued and discarded. They start off as the dream person with perfection, but slowly they'll see chinks in their armor, flaws, imperfections. In the beginning of the relationship, every single text and word out of their mouth is done so by carefully studying and examining how their victim responds to their kindness. It's all done so that when the time comes, they can read them like a book and know what to do and say in order to break them down. Also keep in mind that they already know their triggers, their weak spots. They have been used against the new supply more than once. They just haven't realized it yet. Texts aren't the only thing that they're studying. They're watching their behaviors and how they interact with them, just like they did you. They'll use everything they've learned against them later down the road when they devalue and discard them, just like they did you. So keep this in mind every time you think the narcissist is treating their new supply better than you. It's up to you to stay in control of your feelings and emotions when it comes to them. Don't let their abuse and twisted ways affect you. You can't change the way they treated you, so don't even try. All you can do is protect yourself from them when the time comes. And don't think that the new supply will get the benefit of all the hard work and time you invested in the relationship. No. It sounds harsh, but the narc could care less how hard you tried. As long as you kept giving, they would have kept taking, and the relationship would have never gotten any better. They've learned that their game works on you, so why would they ever change? Remember, when your narcissist discarded you or you finally came to your senses and left them, you didn't lose a soulmate. You were mourning the illusion of the person you believed them to be. They were never the person they pretended to be. It'll be easier to let go if you can come to this realization. The narcissist will repeat variations of this idolization, devalue, and discard cycle throughout their life with all their relationships, whether romantic or otherwise. And never compare yourself to the narcissist's new supply. A narcissist's new supply will be different than you. We're all individuals. It doesn't mean you should have been treated as any less of a person. So don't waste your time trying to compare yourself. Do they have a nicer smile? Do they have bigger muscles? Are their legs longer? Do they have a nicer apartment? Do they have more money? You can literally spend all your time trying to figure out what about them made the narcissist leave or treat them better, and you still wouldn't be able to come up with a logical answer. And it really doesn't matter. You obviously have a ton of attributes and qualities that the new supply doesn't. In fact, they are probably triangulating the new supply as we speak, making them feel like they need to live up to some of the things you have and you have done in the relationship with them. No two individuals are the same. If you want to compare anything, look at the patterns they are going through now and feel sorry for the fact that they will eventually suffer the same fate as you. Don't what if yourself to death. There's nothing you could have done to change the outcome of the relationship. A relationship with a narcissist always follows a pattern of idolization, devalue, discard, and then maybe a hoover. There's nothing you could have done to change a pattern, but maybe accelerate it had you realized the pattern sooner, or slowed it down if you allowed them to continue to treat you like a doormat. Inevitably, it would have eventually ended the same way. Lastly, I strongly suggest against checking your narcissistic ex or the new supply social media accounts once the relationship ends. It may seem like he's treating the new supply better, but in reality, that's not the case. He's mirroring her wants, which were probably different from your wants. So while it may look like he's treating her better, he's not. He's just treating her like her version of the perfect partner. Your version of the perfect partner was different. So for you, he created your version of the perfect partner. Regardless, it's all an act. Unfortunately, for the new supply, it won't last long. The idolization phase takes a lot of energy and effort from the narcissist. Eventually, their mask will slip, just as it did with you. Trust me, his new partner will see the red flags just as you did. Red flags they'll likely ignore as the narcissist puts on an Academy Award-winning show to win their affection. To heal, you'll have to continue to move on and continue to educate yourself about the patterns of narcissism. Recognizing these patterns in other relationships will allow you to proceed with caution before jumping into another relationship. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe and check out some of the other videos below related to this topic. And now to the next video.